What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Blitz Report. How did y'all like that intro? Comment and let me know what you thought about it. It's very new. I just made it probably yesterday from whenever it is you're watching this video. Today I have a scouting report for the inside linebackers, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw this up here for you. This is Matt Miller's overall rankings for this position. He's considered to be an expert scout with a Bleacher Report. He goes to the combine and the Senior Bowl and all this other stuff, and scouts players on a yearly basis. This is just how he sees them compared to how I see them. If you'll notice, Uchenna Nwosu, I can't even pronounce that last name, Nwosu from USC is not included in this, and neither is Lorenzo Carter from Georgia. Those are both mainly standing up edge rushers, so I will have them in my edge rushing category along with defensive ends like Nick Chubb or Bradley Chubb. I'm sorry, I was thinking about the running back from a video I did earlier. But Bradley Chubb and Arden Key and the rest of those guys. So let's go ahead and jump into how I have them ranked. These are not, I got them ordered from the list from where I like them on down. But this is not all. This is not a finished product. This is just how far I've gotten so far. Number one on my list is Rashaan Evans, similar to Matt Miller. And this is what I had to say about him. He has good size. He has good size, prototypical size. He's a very good athlete. He's good in coverage. As a pass rusher, he's quick off the ball. He plays with a high motor. He also has plenty of pass rush tools, which would be a swim move, bull rush, spin, all that. He's solid in run defense, but I'd like to see him just get a little bit faster. Compared to Reuben Foster, he's much better in coverage, not as well against the run. Overall, he's a very solid prospect who has the potential to be a stud in the NFL for years to come. Next I have, and I'm sorry I'm looking down here, I'm actually reading. You know what? I'm just going to throw a picture up. I know I normally don't do this. I just throw a picture up to cover the whole screen because I'm having to look down and read. It's been a couple of days since I scouted these guys. And by the way, real quick before we go forward, wide receivers will be next. I'm almost finished with them, and I'll probably do 2 scouting reports of those guys because there is so many of them. And after that, I want you guys to comment and let me know which position you want me to do after wide receivers. Do you want me to do tight ends, safeties, cornerbacks, tackles, guards, just whatever? But as you can see, I've already got inside linebackers. I have defensive tackles. That video is already here on the channel. And wide receivers will be next. And don't mention quarterbacks because I'm going to have to set aside some special time to scout quarterbacks because there's just so much that goes into it with quarterbacks. But comment and let me know what position you want me to scout next. But moving on, at number 2, or my second favorite from what I've been looking at, is Malik Jefferson. He has great sideline-to-sideline speed, very good in coverage, possibly the best in this class. He can be used like Shaq Thompson on the Panthers, and Shaq Thompson is a very underrated player. He can line up in the nickelback position across from slot receivers. He can take on the run. He can set the edge. He can rush the passer. There's nothing he can't do on the defensive side. He's like a defensive Swiss Army knife. He's a sure tackler in one-on-one situations. At first, I was a little unsure if he was slow at anticipating where the gap was going to open and the run was going to go. But after looking further into it, I'm leaning more towards he takes some plays off and waits for the ball to come to him. He kind of what I mean by that is he kind of gets lazy every once in a while. As an edge rusher, he is fast off the line, has a spin move, swim move, and bull rush in his arsenal. Next, I have Cameron Smith. I'm higher on this guy than Matt Miller is. He's very good in coverage. You could make an argument that he's just as good as better than Malik Jefferson. He plays with great technique. He flows nicely with the offensive line to find the open gap. He has had his injury woes in the past, but he's been healthy this season. I would like to see him do a better job of cutting off cutback lanes for running backs. At number 4, I have Roquan Smith, and you're probably thinking, Cody, you're crazy. Why have you got Roquan Smith so low on your list? I feel like he's the best linebacker in this class, but listen to me and let me tell you. So here's his picture. Roquan Smith, he does a nice job of locating the football and getting to it quickly, so I really like that about him. He doesn't miss tackles, so he gets to the football quickly and he doesn't miss a tackle. I really like those two things about him, even in the open field situations. However, his size is going to hurt him. His combine numbers will be very interesting to see if he could possibly play in a hybrid safety linebacker position because of his size. Georgia plays him in zone mostly, which he does a solid job at, but I like to see him in more one-on-one situations with tight ends and running backs because there's not much film on that. I would like to see him be better at taking on blocks as a linebacker. Too many times he's blown off the play and taken completely out when he's blocked, and that's my biggest issue with him. He's in college right now, and these guards are completely taking him out of play. If he gets blocked, he's done. He's not making a tackle. Once he gets to the NFL, it's going to be even worse. So he's going to have to either gain weight, work on getting off his blocks better, but he's definitely going to have to do something about that. Moving on to number 5, you guys, is Kendall Joseph. He's out of Clemson. Here's what I had to say about him. He's the kind of guy who does everything good but nothing great. He lines up inside mostly and as an outside edge rusher from time to time. He also does a decent job dropping back into coverage. This guy is at full speed as soon as the ball is snapped. He really flies all over the football field. He's a selfless player and not afraid of contact. He has no problem taking a blocker out of a play and letting another guy make the tackle. Heard lots of helmets popping while I was watching this guy, which is true. Would like to see him take better tackle angles on those speedster types of ball carriers. A lot of times when he's trying to get somebody that's really, really fast, he'll take a bad angle at him or just miscalculate. So that's what I mean by that. What I meant by a selfless player and went on to explain is he'll go ahead and if there's 2 blockers standing in front of a guy, he'll go ahead and he'll take out both them blockers and let his safety or another linebacker or whoever's around come up and make that tackle. At number 6, I have Matthew Thomas. He has ideal size and athleticism for the NFL. He reads the offensive line and fills his run gaps well. He's going to need to improve in coverage skills. From time to time, he gets he gets caught looking in the backfield, and sometimes he needs to play his man a little tighter. Is what I had to say about Matthew Thomas. So overall, he's solid, but he does need to work on his coverage skills. At number 7, I have Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. He plays with perfect technique while taking on blocks. He plays with great leverage and hand placement. While tackling, he completely swallows his man up. Those are both technique-wise, getting off his blocks and making tackles. He is a very, very solid tackler. Um, going on, it goes on to say he's solid in coverage, but I would like to see him get to the football more quickly. Moving to number 8 is Josie Jewell. Josie Jewell. I guess is how you pronounce that. I apologize. I remember hearing it, but it's been a couple of days since I've watched the scouting tape. And I just want to reiterate, my goodness, I don't know what's going on with me today. I've been doing a lot of videos today, so maybe that's what's going on. I'm getting tongue tied. But anyways, Josie Jewell, he plays with great heart. I just want to throw that out there. He doesn't have ideal measurables, but this kid, he's very smart. He plays with great heart. I even watched an interview with one of his coaches because I was just very interested in him. He's the type of guy who you're just kind of instantly drawn to because you see him out there. He's a little bit small for the position, but he's able to compete, and it's because he plays with so much effort and determination. So, and his coaches talks about how smart he is and how much heart he has. So that's why he's as high on my list as he is. But he's not no slap either. So his size and lack of athleticism are going to hurt him. But he's smart and plays with a lot of heart and effort, which I just told you. He reads plays very well. I'm most impressed with his hand technique and getting off his blocks. He does a nice job getting off his blocks. He fills in run gaps well. He tackles well. He's going to have trouble covering tight ends and running backs in the NFL, so he's mainly going to be used as a run-stuffing linebacker in the NFL. But very solid player, or not very solid player, but he's got some stuff he needs to improve on, but he's smart, and you're going to get everything. He's not going to leave anything on the field. So I really like players like that. If you don't, you should. It doesn't matter. His attitude's not going to get in the way. He's not going to give up. He's not going to quit, and he's playing to win every play. So I really like players with that type of attitude, even though they don't have the right measurables you're looking for. That type of attitude is something I really, really like and respect in a player. Moving on to number 9 is Azeem Victor out of Washington. He kind of reminds me of Kendall Joseph, who I mentioned before, with his speed as soon as the ball snapped. As soon as the ball snapped, he's going full speed just like Kendall Joseph. He does a great job dipping his shoulder or using his hands to get off blocks, so that's good. He flows with the offensive line and gets to the ball quickly, which is also good. He needs to do a better job in open field tackling, and sometimes he gets lost in coverage. So he's got some things he needs to work on, but he could still be a solid prospect overall by the time the draft comes around. At number 10 is Micah Kiser. And this is a guy I'm not too high on. I feel like he will probably be a sixth or seventh round pick. Somebody who would be good for a practice squad, not somebody that you want for depth just yet. He could develop into a solid depth player, but for right now, this is what I have to say about him. He's smart and diagnoses plays quickly, which is a good thing. He has good size, but he's going to need to add power and speed for the NFL. He's got a good build to him, but too many times he gets bullied by by college guards and college tackles. The offensive lines bully him. Tight ends are able to outrun him. Running backs are able to run him. So he's going to have to work on that for the NFL. And like I said, he plays. I feel like he's going to be a sixth or seventh round pick. Not solid depth yet, but somebody who'd be good. Put on your practice squad. Let him develop for a few years. He's going to need to add power and speed for the NFL. But other than that, he's smart and he's got good size. So he's somebody you can really work with. But anyways, guys, that's my video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you like the content. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. I got a mock draft coming out next week, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a 2-round mock draft. If you didn't know yet, I do a mock draft every 4 weeks, so week 12 is my next one. And I want to do something a little bit special since we're 3/4 of the way through the season. And I didn't know if I wanted to do one with trades or what. Originally, I was thinking trades, but I decided against that since we don't know the exact draft order yet. So I decided to just do a full 2-round mock draft, which will be out next week after the Monday night game sometime. I don't know if it'll be out Wednesday or Thursday or no later than Saturday. If it is Saturday, I won't factor in the results of that Thursday night game into the draft. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you for watching. If there's anything NFL related you want me to talk about, an NFL what if video, or what I think about some types of news, or what I think certain teams should do in certain situations, or just whatever NFL football related, comment and let me know, and I'll get you featured and shout out in a video. Hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.